I'm John Cook. This is my layout. This is based on my childhood memories of a Kepier Colliery railway, which we used to play on. No fences, nothing like that, and people used it as a thoroughfare. The Kepier Colliery Railway was built in 1822. It was the first purpose-made railway to use steam, stationary and locomotive engines and inclines. It was designed by George Stephenson and it was built by his brother Robert. This was 3 years before he took on the Stockton and Darlton Railway. The Kepier Colliery Railway was the first colliery to be sunk through the limestone in the east coast of Durham, and it proved that there was good quality coal under the stone, and that opened up all the huge collieries out of the Durham coastline. The collieries were 8 miles from the River Wear, and the company decided to build its own railway from there, and it went 1.5 miles on the flat from the collieries, and then 2 miles virtually up to the top of Wardenlaw, the highest point in the area, with rope inclines, and then 4 self-acting inclines down to the North Moor beside Sunderland, and then locomotive haul down to the Staithes at Sunderland the coal was shipped down to London. The headgear, I have the blueprint drawings they were for Walker Colliery. They were built by a company called the Grange Iron Works in Durham. They were there from 1866 to 1926, and they sent stuff all over the world. From the drawings, I scaled it down to 00, and the headgear is made out of plastruct and brass wire. I've always been interested in industrial railways from my childhood, and I built the headgear of both shafts about 30 years ago, but I didn't have the space to build a layout. I took over a new house, and my garage was large enough to build this. So I built it in about 2006. I started with the 2 buildings. I have the original drawings for the downcast shaft, and I built that out of plastruct and card. And I've always wanted to build an industrial railway because this was my playground as a child in the 50s and 60s. Those are the workshops for the colliery. Every colliery had its workshops, blacksmiths, joiners, electricians and what have you. And also they had a stockyard for materials for underground and for the colliery system. And that's the workshops system there. Some of the road vehicles are proprietary kits and what have you. My son actually did all of the transport, version model, weathered and what have you, based on real actual transport. Basically tidies the model, the kit up, and then paints it in the correct colour and he thinks it's right, installs additional wing mirrors, windscreen wipers, things like that, which don't normally come with a kit. The town scene's a typical colliery village where you had your library, your working men's club, and your local shops providing everything that was needed. Fairly self-sufficient, so everything was there for what the miners and the people living in the area required. The back scene is just purely photographs. That far end is New Brandsmith Colliery, or the valley, which was a colliery village. The middle piece is Usher Moor, which is the other side of the valley. That was another colliery. And the far piece is the Harrington area. And as you can see, there's Pension Monument, which is a famous landmark in County Durham.